Hey, I'm Mackenzie, and today we are going over just why walking for fitness is so important and the things that we have learned throughout this course. So, 5 things that I have learned throughout this course is the importance of a dynamic warm up, and it is to reduce injury, start your body to wake up and not just go into it without your muscles being ready and prepared, and then it gets your joints to be more mobile, and it just makes your body ready to actually start exercising. And then we also learned the correct walking form, like dropping your feet directly below your hips to keep the alignment correct. Using the back side of your legs is important. Swinging your arms back and forth, making sure you have your thumbs forward to kind of help you with the swinging as you walk. And then also holding your heel like a millisecond longer to stretch your hip and just keep the alignment correct for your back because you don't want it to end up being painful for you. And then also having an active foot, which means it's rolling while you walk, and having an active ankle along with that, which it is important to have the dynamic warm up so the joints in your ankle and foot are ready to be active and can roll. And then having a short stride is good for improving your walking form if you are not doing it correctly, and just make sure you're not falling forward. You are stepping with short strides with the correct walking form. And then we learned the benefits of walking, which is a big topic, which is one of the things that we're supposed to discuss. So this is one of my 5 things that I've learned, and it's also what are walking's unique benefits. So there's a lot of them. So first off, it affects your mood. It boosts your serotonin and endorphins and makes your brain more sensitive. And so that helps with depression, anxiety, and stress, which is my favorite reason for doing it, especially with college. And then weight loss and maintaining weight loss, or just maintaining the weight you're at, is wonderful that women lost diameter in their waist just walking every day. It strengthens your heart. It is working it, it's stressing it, and so it's strengthening it. It's building muscle in your heart. And the more you have, the more it works, the better it'll work. Basically, if you don't use it, you kind of lose it, sort of thing. And so I've seen it with a lot of people, even my parents alone. They don't walk enough, and so their hearts, when they start using them out of nowhere, they're out of breath very easily because their heart's working overtime, and it's not like it's panicking. But it also decreases the risk of diabetes, chronic diseases, and heart disease. And then it also increases muscle mass and muscle tone. And not only that, but it also improves your eyesight, which I found interesting, which I'm supposedly going to the eye doctor soon. So honestly, walking for fitness might help me, and maybe my eyes will get better so I don't need glasses. It also lowers cholesterol, lowers blood pressure, improves blood circulation, increases lung volume because you're using your lungs and heart more. It helps the pancreas, which I thought was interesting, and it helps prevent diabetes because pancreas goes along with diabetes and maintaining your blood sugar levels. And so for that, the walking is better to decrease diabetes than running, which was one of the big benefits that stuck out to me because I didn't know running could not be better than walking, but in this case it is. It also improves digestion and lowers the risk of colon cancer. It also makes your bones more sturdy. It can help with bone density, and it also can help your joints stay more mobile, and it's not as impactful as running on your joints. So they should hopefully last longer because knee replacement is not an easy task for people. And then the fourth thing that we learned is the FIT formula, which I didn't know about until this class. And so FIT stands for frequency, intensity, and time. Frequency is how often, and we're supposed to walk or do exercise for 3 to 5 days a week is how often we're supposed to be walking. Intensity, normally you're supposed to walk 2 to 3 miles per hour. And then time is you're supposed to walk 30 minutes or 6,000 steps every time you do it. So those 3 to 5 days you're walking, you're supposed to walk for 30 minutes or 6,000 steps. And then the fifth thing that we learned is I'm going to go with cool down because I just find that extremely important to me. And so we learned about like what happens if you don't cool down, and that includes blood pooling, which is where all your blood like goes to your feet because your heart's going from like working really fast and like pumping blood through your circulation system and like veins and arteries very quickly. And then all of a sudden you stop, and if you don't cool down, all that blood that's already in your like lower extremities or like your arms and hands or feet and legs, it's having to fight against gravity to get back to your heart. And without the push from the heart to push it back, like slowly, if you're like walking slowly, it would push it back. But without that, all the blood will pull to your extremities because gravity is not working with us here. And so that could cause you lightheadedness, dizziness, or even fainting, which is extremely important. And then there's also delayed onset muscle soreness. And so that happens 24 to 48 hours after working out. So if you do not cool down, you're going to be extremely sore. Like your muscles, all that is just going to be sore because your body's like that lactic acid buildup did not get removed. And then also, if stress relief is important also for cool down because it just allows you to kind of settle and like relieve and like just focus on what you're doing to cool down, and it just allows your body to go back to like its homeostasis like spot, and you get to just enjoy the euphoric feeling of like having like a runner's high, but we're not running, we're walking, so walker's high kind of thing. And it also is important for injury prevention. Cool downs are extremely important for injury prevention. It basically, your muscles are like warm after working out, they're pliable, they can stretch more. Like they are warm and they are ready to stretch. But if you do not stretch static stretches and hold them for 30 seconds afterwards and you just skip a cool down, like your muscles are tearing as you're working out, and so they're going to regrow and like go back together, but they're just going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. But if you stretch them right after you're working out, it'll stretch that and just elongate the muscles while they're growing back. And especially important to also stretch afterwards while you're sore, because even if you do a cool down, you still might be sore. But if you just keep on stretching, it will help with flexibility. And then if you have flexibility, you're less likely to be injured because your muscles are less likely to tear while working out. And then recovery, you have lactic acid buildup. And so like stretching, those static stretches for more than 30 seconds, like helps move that lactic acid out, or using a foam roller. But cool downs are supposed to be 15 minutes, having static stretches, which is like 30-second holds, and then like cardiovascular exercise normally. So that was the fifth thing that I learned. But one of the other things that I learned that I just thought was important to mention is the fact that you need to keep your workout interesting and like changing. Like routines, having the same routine might work against you. So changing it up a little bit, because afterwards, like you could get bored, you could get stuck on a plateau, like you're not making any progress, you feel like it's a chore, not something that's like leisure, and you might miss out on good research for a new exercise that could be more beneficial than what you're doing already. So changing your workout is important because general adaptation syndrome is where the physiology of the body adapts to the physical stimulus, which means that your body gets used to the same thing over and over again. So your body will get used to it and stop. So you need to just keep changing it up a little bit, which is also important, but I didn't put that on one of the 5 new things that we learned, but it is something that we learned. So technically I'm telling you 6. But overall, walking for fitness is just important for you in general because of all the benefits I just said, and the fact that like it's getting you out into nature also. Like you're kind of just like getting back to earth, you're kind of relaxing while you're walking. Well, not fully relaxing, you're still hopefully having an intense workout, but you're back in nature, you're just using your body, and it's supposed to make you feel better. It's supposed to like help your body and like your heart, your muscles, your bones, your brain, your mood. There's just so many reasons of why walking is so important, which I have already mentioned, and those are the benefits, and that's why we should be walking. it is crucial for our well-being, because if we stop walking and become sedentary and just don't do anything, we're going to lose that muscle mass. We're going to lose like the activity going on in our brain, like that gives us like serotonin and stuff. Our brain will become less sensitive to like serotonin and endorphins. And it's also supposed to help with early onset Alzheimer's. And so like if we're walking, like hopefully our brain's still working full power, like the blood's coming to our heart, and then it's also going to our brain. So it's just important to just keep walking, keep using your muscles, and just making sure you're walking correctly, because that could lead to even more issues if you are not walking correctly. Because you need to have alignment, because if not, your back will start hurting, your joints will start hurting, and it might hurt you more. So if you're walking correctly, it will have wonderful benefits on just your life, and it's not something hard, it's not something difficult. 30 minutes out of your day, or just walking randomly in spurts, is still better than doing nothing, but 30 minutes consecutively is probably better, because your heart has that 30 minutes of like consecutive like working out. But just walking is important, just making sure you're staying active. So overall, walking for fitness is extremely important. And it's a super easy way to stay active. People think you have to run. People think you have to like go to the gym every single day. No, all it takes is just walking outside. And that is important. But a lot of people just think that they can't do it. Or like my parents, I've heard my mom say, I can't go to the gym yet. I need to lose weight first. I'm like, that's the whole point of the gym, Mom. You go there to get healthy, and hopefully weight loss comes with that. But first off and foremost, you feel better. And so overall, walking for fitness just helps your well-being in general. And so that is why I think walking is unique in its benefits. It's not difficult, and it has wonderful, wonderful like health benefits every step of the way. Thank you.